me what we're learning about today. Yeah.
States of matter.
States of matter, very good. So we're going to talk about just the states of matter, and then we will eventually talk about the physical properties of matter, how to change from one to the other, all that kind of stuff. All right? So we're going to read this together. If you would like to read, just raise your hand. We're just going to read one paragraph at a time, not sections at a time like we did last time. Kendall, why don't you go ahead and start?
Water is something you can drink. Water can also be in the air. When it is cold, water becomes ice. In this lesson, you will learn more about how matter can change form.
Very good. So, who wants to read our next one? William, go ahead. Read loud so we can all hear.
What is a state of matter? The form of that matter has is called a state of matter. State of matter is a physical property just like color or size. On Earth, most matter is in one of the three states: solid, liquid, or gas.
Very good. So, states of matter come in three forms: solid, liquid, and gas. You should already know this from last year. Trinity, go ahead.
All matter is made up from tiny bits of particles. You cannot see them with your eyes alone. You can see the particles only with a very powerful microscope. The particles of different states of matter are arranged in different ways.
Good. All right. Rylan, why don't you read about solids? Remember, if she's reading, you're tracking.
A solid is matter that can fix a shape and a fixed volume. A solid generally keeps its shape unless something breaks or bends it. Look around. You may see examples of solids. Your book, pencil, or desk are solids. Each has a fixed shape. Each has a fixed volume.
Good. Solids, they have definite shape and definite volume. Unless you break your pencil or you sharpen it, it's always going to stay that way. You can't bend it, or else it will do what? It'll break. Exactly.
Some kind of like maybe a pencil, I think.
Right, but once you let it go, doesn't it return to its normal shape? That's a good point. But yeah, it goes back to the way it was originally. Good. Yes, go ahead.
A solid does not spread out, its particles are packed tightly together. The picture below shows that the particles in the solid might be like the particles have energy, they vibrate or move back and forth, but they do not move away from their positions.
Good. All right, I want you to put your hand on your desk. And everyone be real still. You feel anything? No. But what we just read is that it's vibrating. Even though you can't feel it, it's vibrating. And that should tell you how tiny these little particles are. If they can vibrate very quickly back and forth and we can't even feel them. All right? So every time you look at a solid, you can know in your brain that it's vibrating even if you can't see it. All right, turn the page. We're going to read about liquids. Gunnar, you want to read? All right, if he's reading, you're tracking.
Liquids. A liquid is matter that has a fixed volume but not a fixed shape. A liquid takes the shape of its container. If you pour a liquid from a bottle into a bowl, the shape of the liquid changes, but the amount of the space that the liquid takes up stays the same. Milk, juice, and oil are examples of liquids.
Very good. All right, so an example of a liquid in this classroom right now is Rylan's water bottle. So Rylan has a fixed amount of liquid in her water bottle, right? But if she picks it up and turns it upside down, okay, where did the liquid move?
All the way to the top.
It moved to the top of the water bottle, but because it's upside down, now the bottom is filled with air. Okay, it just takes the shape of whatever container it's in. Good, thank you, Rylan. Does anyone want to read next? Go ahead.
Particles in a liquid are not as tight packed as those in a solid. The liquid's particles can slide around one another. That's why the shape of the
Very good. Okay, so this summer you may have gone swimming. So picture you're in the pool, you're kind of flowing back and forth, swimming through the water. That's kind of what the little particles are doing, okay? Because the particles are water, they are liquid. So they can flow back and forth. There's a little bit of resistance. They're closer together than the gas particles are, but they can still flow pretty easily. All right, so let's read about gases. Anybody else want to read? Gunnar, you can go ahead and read it again.
Gases. A gas is matter that does not have a fixed shape or a fixed volume. A gas spreads out in all directions. The air inside a balloon is made up of gases. The air you breathe is made up of gases too. The particles of a gas are very far apart. They move around easily and bounce off each other. The picture below models the particles of a gas.
Good. Okay, so we did our solids with our desk. We did the liquid with Ryland's water bottle. All right, now I want you to stick your hand out. I want you to wave it back and forth like this. Okay, do you feel any resistance there? Is it hard to move your hand?
No.
No. Would it feel like this if your hand was in a thing of water? No, it would be a little harder. But because the gas particles, okay, you can stop. Because the gas particles are so far apart and they're moving so quickly, it's really easy for you to move your hand back and forth. Does that make sense? All right.
So like underwater, you can't hear noise.
Right, because the noise has to move through all the particles that are really close together. And that's why we can't hear Miss Ray's classroom on the other side of the wall, is because the wall is solid, so that means that the particles are even closer together. So it's even harder for the sound to get through them. Okay, that's kind of why it's hard to hear when you have a mask on, because my sound has to go through this mask before it gets to your ears. All right, who wants to read the last 3 sentences? Avery, go ahead.
You can use states of matter to describe objects and materials. An ice cube and water in a pond are both water, but an ice cube is a solid, and the pond water is a liquid.
Good. Okay. Who has not gotten their vocabulary done? You kids? Okay, that's fine. So we are going to skip changes in states for now. We'll come back to it because I want us to have some time to finish that today. All right. We might have to cut out an activity, but when we don't get our stuff done, we can't do all the fun stuff I have planned. So at this point, you can put your Texas Coach books away and pull out your states of matter folder.